show you how to do a feasibility and then a template, and then you'll be able to use the template designs again and again and again. So the principle's pretty simple. Is you get your design team to create lots of designs. So I've gone kind of a low, mid, and high rise. I've got a mixed use, which has this retail underneath, and you can see I've organized a lobby, and then I've got just a pure resi option, and I've done some green space. And I've gone typical sizes, doesn't really matter. This is sort of up to you. And the way this works is you would just, you would use your design team to get these things as accurate as possible, and they can be continuously updated. And then one of the tricks of the trade that I want to show is you put your costs on a point, right? So you can see here on this point, which is called small mixed use costs, I've got a whole bunch of parameters. So a yield, and that's a cap rate, a site cost, a design time in months, a contingency percentage, a square meter sales rate, an approval time, all of this sort of stuff. So for my tower mixed use, I may say my approval time is going to be 7 months. And for my medium rise, say it's going to be 6. And the target margin, the consultant costs and construction costs, you can see 4.8 for the medium and 5.1 for the tower, but the average realization rate on the sales is 12,000. So you can sort of see how this works. And same again on all of this. So this is now mid-rise resi, and call it what you want. You know what I mean? It's absolutely up to you, and you can create hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these designs. I would expect, this has taken me about 15 minutes to get to this point. I would expect you to, have sort of every number of small towers, wide towers, thin towers, large towers, everything. Towers for skew parcels, towers for, and it's very quick. Your design team can just focus on this problem in a very quick way and get it right. So here we go. We just come up with one more, like a narrow tower, which I haven't done the internal layouts, but assuming that I was doing those will be done, and then these become these sort of templates. So delete all that for now. And the critical thing is I'm putting them on their own layer, which will become important in a bit. So if I just finish this and I put the point on the same layer as the design. So this design is on low-rise resi, and this point, which says low-rise resi, it's on the same layer. Mid-rise resi point has to be on the mid-rise resi layer, and this has to be on the, so I guess we could draw like a grid, and everything needs to be in its right place, as in everything within this square is small mixed use, small mixed use, small mixed use, and the title is small mixed use costs. And what this does is it allows the feasibility panel, the analytics panel, to group all of the costs by layer. So you can see that high-rise resi, that's over there. The gross area, that is coming from all the features on high-rise resi, not the features from these others, because they're on other layers. And then the high-rise cost, for example, the construction rate of 5,100 per square meter, that is coming from this point, whereas the low-rise resi is coming from this point. There it is, 4,500. And this is a way, it's kind of a hack where I'm organizing the costs and assumptions per layer, but then I get this very, very nice column-wise layer combination. Okay, so let's say this is my feasibility templates. Here's my design with their costs, and now let's use it in Anger. So I can go new project and just go blank, and let's fly off to the Never Never, Roselle, and I can use all the classic giraffe features. I can turn on the cadastral parcels. If I'm in America, I can turn on regrid, or wherever I am, I can turn on my relevant layers. Let's say this is a likely looking site, and I can draw a boundary and set that thing as the site, save as a project, new feaso, save. I can go to this project, And now I can use the design library to bring in all that work that I've done on the feaso side on my feaso template. So I'm going to open my design library. I'm going to go to feaso template. And now I'm going to group things by layer. And this is where it becomes important that I've done those things by layer. So here's small mixed use, tower mixed use, medium mixed use, and maybe for this instance, let's try a medium mixed use and a mid-rise resi as the two options. I'm going to add those 11 features. I'm going to replace everything. Okay, there they are. You can see that they've come with the layers. As you can see, well, let's just move this stuff off the site. Right, there we go, delete that boy. And let's focus first on the medium mixed use. So I'll turn off the mid-rise. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to fit this thing to site. And you can see it doesn't. You can see we could literally fit our exact template if it were the case that we acquired that site. So that's already driving some actionable insight. Or we can get our design team to come in and slice this little bit off. All right, so we lose some retail and we lose some resi. So it's not like I've lost the editability within Giraffe. It's just still there. It's just kind of rearranged. And maybe I need to pull this back so that the people can get to their lift lobby. Okay, so now let's turn the medium mixed use off and turn on that mid-rise resi, see if we can fit this to the site. And again, it just doesn't fit. We're going to have to slice this little bit off. For the sake of ease, I'm ignoring things like setbacks and height controls, but of course, you could be adapting these designs to it. Or you may say, oh, actually, hang on, it's not going to work. Let's go back to the feaso template and let's get the, by layer, let's get the tower, right? That's a smaller footprint. And let's try that one. So I'll move that out, turn off the mid-rise resi, leave the tower mixed use. This one actually fits perfectly. Okay. All right, so now we've actually got three schemes. We've got mid-rise resi modified from our standard. We've got medium mixed use, again modified. We had to chop bits off. And we've got the tower mixed use, which literally is just bang from the guts, like from the normals. So now let's import the feasibility. So we're going to go to feaso template, right? And I'm just going to select them all and import 53 measures. And I'm going to say yes, overwrite if necessary. And now we just come to that sales option feasibility. And I just need to hit this configure button. And in the settings, I need to split by layer. There's my three layers, tower mixed use, mid-rise. I'm not going to ignore any of them. I want to see all of them. And there we go. So we've got the consultant rate, the total costs, everything that we need. So that feasibility has remained. And I'm just going to drag total cost to the bottom. Again, everything's editable. If I want to go and change it, I can. And I'm solving for that residual land value. And in no case in this instance am I making money, I think, because my my sales price to cost is just all wrong. And that, I hope, shows you how you can split your team or your organization into parts. A design team that's working on standardized, templatized design, that you can go as deep as you want. You can do risers and cores, vertical transportation, your balconies, your wall thicknesses. You can link it across to Revit files, and they can work in their area of expertise. And you can have your finance team that is building the actual feasibility, defining these calculations, what the fees and taxes are, what the percentages are, as well as storing these assumptions on a template project so that where they can be indexed quarterly, so those can always stay current. So two different functions with different capabilities, different expertise, working in the same project. And then your deal managers or your origination people can just be using that work and just dropping it on sites. And if they feel comfortable, then editing and changing that depending, so they can take all the work that's been done without having that work become a straitjacket that constrains them from actually exploring a different deal shape or a different design. And then for the risk people, or for the investment committee, or for anyone who's got oversight over multiple projects, you know the provenance of all the data that you're getting, and you know that you're not getting an Excel that's been overly modified or anything like that. If someone has changed the design, it's very, very simple to see it because it's in 3D. It's not like Excel. And the metrics just are also, you can click on any one of them, understand the equation, drill down. So a simple straight line feaso, but a very effective feaso. And that's Giraffe for the private sector or for a developer in a nutshell.